Support WrestleTalk, home of Luke Owen, whatever WrestleTalk is, and whoever Luke Owen is. Quote the Raven, nevermore.
Support WrestleTalk!
Tell a friend.
Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk News. I am Luke Owen. Yes, Raven, this is WrestleTalk and I am Luke Owen. Kind of a big deal, people know me. Even my cousin is a fan. Are you happy now, Mum? I put my cousin in one of my silly little videos. Last Friday, WWE held their controversial Crown Jewel show from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, which saw DX overcome the Brothers of Destruction, even with a torn pectoral muscle, The Bar defeat The New Day, and AJ Styles retain his WWE Championship over Samoa Joe. But perhaps the most surprising result, apart from that one obviously, is that Brock Lesnar is once again your Universal Champion. God damn it, WWE. Lesnar defeated Braun Strowman after a belt shot by Baron Corbin and 5 F5s, making Brock the first ever two-time Universal Champion. As a result of that, WWE have announced a rematch from last year's Survivor Series, where Universal Champ Brock Lesnar will take on WWE Champion AJ Styles. Their first match was one of the best WWE matches on the main roster last year, so there's some big expectations going into this one. Not only that, but it might be one of 2 times we'll actually see Brock Lesnar in WWE with the title. It was reported that Lesnar had signed a small extension after his last deal ended at SummerSlam for him to appear at Hell in a Cell, Crown Jewel, and a couple of Raws in between, with Crown Jewel being his last date with WWE. According to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, Roman Reigns was set to retain his Universal Championship at Crown Jewel, but when he announced his leukemia had come back and he had to vacate the belt, Vince McMahon made the call to put the title back on Brock as he wanted the championship on a big star. It's interesting to note that despite going back into the USADA testing pool so he can compete in UFC, which has been the plan for the majority of 2018, likely facing UFC champion Daniel Cormier in early 2019, Brock Lesnar has not signed an official deal with UFC. Meltzer reports that instead Brock has signed a new deal with WWE to appear on at least another 2 shows. According to Meltzer, he's going to face AJ at Survivor Series, and then the plan is for Strowman to face him. Whether that's at Rumble or Mania, I don't know. I could see Strowman winning the Rumble and facing Lesnar at WrestleMania. Meltzer adds that it's not an exclusive deal Brock has signed with WWE. He can do UFC in this deal whenever he wants. That fight with Cormier could happen in either January, February, or March next year, with Meltzer speculating WWE may want to keep the Universal Championship on Lesnar until his fight with Cormier, so he can walk into the octagon as a WWE champion and possibly walk out as a UFC champion too. However, if the fight does take place in the March slot, they may have a fear of Lesnar getting hurt before Mania and could therefore take the belt off of him before then. And Cormier has now spoken about Lesnar's win at Crown Jewel after defeating Derek Lewis at UFC 230 over the weekend. Following the fight, Cormier said, "Brock Lesnar, when you come, bring that brand new WWE title too. I feel like being a WWE champion too. Let's go! Let's go, Brock! Bring that belt with you if you come to my house." While this might not mean Daniel Cormier is coming in for a match in WWE for the Universal Championship, although he is a big fan of WWE, it has been reported that WWE want to bring Cormier in once he retires next year to be a commentator for SmackDown Live when it moves to Fox in the fall. But let's be honest, Brock Lesnar winning the Universal Championship was not the biggest surprise at Crown Jewel. One of the big attractions leading into the show was the World Cup to determine the best in the world, which featured names like Kurt Angle, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, and Bobby Lashley. However, despite not actually being in the tournament, Shane McMahon won the World Cup to determine the best in the world. God damn it, WWE. Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio has now given some background on the decision to crown Shane McMahon the winner of the World Cup. According to Meltzer, Shane winning was the plan from the very start of the tournament being announced. The idea spinning off from this would be to turn Shane heel, as he becomes more and more arrogant, believing the hype that he is in fact the best in the world. That's why the term "to determine the best in the world" was hammered so much on commentary. The win was specifically designed to irk fans, which is why he wanted tournament he was not a part of, beating a guy who'd already had 2 matches that night, and cockily celebrated round the ring for longer than Brock Lesnar's match with Braun Strowman. Now I know what you're all thinking. Why turn Shane McMahon heel? According to Meltzer, the reason for turning Shane is due to SmackDown Live's falling ratings over the last few months. The blue brand has been hovering around the 2 million mark for the latter part of 2018, which is a number that will not be acceptable on their new Fox home next year. And so, in an effort to boost ratings ahead of their move to Fox, WWE are going back to their favourite trope, a heel McMahon authority figure. God damn it, WWE! Check out our review of Crown Jewel by clicking the video on screen right now, and the Wrestle Ramble review by clicking the other video on screen. And get your tickets to see WrestleTalk live in London next week by clicking the image. I've been Luke Owen Raven, remember that name, and that was wrestling.